Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Big for One Gaming here. Welcome back to episode number 12 of Winning an Addy with every team here in the game in College Football 26. If you guys missed any of the 11 episodes, up at the right-hand corner will be a playlist from episode 1 to 12 here, at least for College Football 26-wise. But as you all know, new episode means new team, which means we get a wheel spin. If you guys do want to bypass the wheel, write a comment down below naming a school that we have not done yet here on College Football 26, and we'll get into that for the next video. Obviously, let's go ahead and spin the wheel. We got a lot of teams left. I still think I know we have over 100. I think we're down in now 120 to go. But we are going to go to Sam Houston. We're going to get another G5 school. So Sam Houston is the next team when we switch this over. And, of course, I believe they are in the CUSA. I don't know why I went too far down. Yep, there is Sam Houston. There is 67 overall. They're pretty decent, at least overall-wise, for everybody. We'll see how we do with Sam Houston in the first couple seasons. Obviously, we're going to be head coach, and we are a scheme guru. They did go 10-3 last year and won the New Orleans Bowl, so maybe we can have that happen again and win a couple games and move on. But I just never know what can happen here. So, but let's go ahead and look at the coach abilities for everybody. We do have motivator, mostly for the quarterback. We need to upgrade one of the or two more times with that to get that upgraded. We also have scheme guru, which actually, we're pretty good on the offensive side of the football. The offensive coordinator does have elite recruiter. And he has nothing for increasing the weekly hours, but he definitely can later on down the line. So we'll definitely see how it plays out. And our defensive coordinator have scheme guru. So we're probably going to try to find a new defensive coordinator, maybe even new offensive coordinator. I just don't know 100% because, yeah, he's got good running backs, but other than that, it's nothing really else to go there. But checking out the team-wise, but yeah, this team, we have Hunter Watson at quarterback with a 78 overall. We actually have our deal breaker. For some reason, not popping up there, but everyone has one, at least for our quarterback position. Halfbacks, looks like they actually had the little thing at the top. If it shows red, then it is one, like right there. Okay, that's a little new for this update, but quarterback, we have a 78 overall. He's a senior. We do have 3 freshmen behind him, so hopefully we can keep one around. Halfbacks, we do have a 90 overall speed and a 91, but they're both seniors. We have 3 senior running backs leaving us. Our best wide receiver is going to be gone, but we do have 2 guys behind him that look pretty decent as well. Any good dev traits? No, they're all normal. Tight end, we do have an impact dev with Fernando Garza III. So he'll probably be the guy. Nope, he's a senior. Never mind. Ugh, man. Allergies suck. Anyways, offensive line is looking okay. Got a couple seniors. We actually do have an 81 overall right guard, which will help out. Ah, man. Edge rushers are okay. Defensive tackles are pretty good. Same linebackers, all right. Mike linebackers are juniors. We have a senior Will linebacker. Corners, we have 2 90-plus speeds, but one's a senior, one is a sophomore. So we definitely need to keep him around, although he's a championship contender, and I don't think he'll want to stay. CJ Brown is our free safety, and then, of course, we need a lot. We don't have a punter, so that's fun. So that'll be something to go after here this offseason. But anyways, I'm going to set everything up. I'll be back in just a second after Season 1 here with Sam Houston. And here we are in Season number 1, where we go 7-5 here with Sam Houston. We went 7-1 inside the CUSA, which is going to be good for us to reach the CUSA championship game against FIU in just the first season. We actually beat Western Kentucky to start the year. Then we lost 3 in a row to UNLV, Hawaii, and Texas. The Hawaii game is a little rough, but we're fine. We beat New Mexico State, lost Jacksonville State, beat UTEP and Louisiana Tech before losing to Oregon State, and then won our last 3 against Delaware, Middle Tennessee, and FIU, which we beat by 2 to be 7-5. Now, obviously, I said before, we are going to fire both of our coordinators. And we're going to try to get some better coordinators here in for season number 2 because, yeah, one of them did have elite recruiter, but didn't really have anything that could really help us out. Same thing with our defensive coordinator. He was a tactician. But we do get a tight end committed. That's going to be good. We did lose the CUSA Championship game, so at this point, we have a chance at actually going 7-7 on the season, rather than going maybe like 8-6. But Mateer wins the Heisman Trophy, 3,300 yards, 37 touchdowns with a 66% completion percentage. Kind of wish they showed touchdowns, but it is what it is. And we'll be playing Buffalo in the Cure Bowl here in Season 1, but obviously they're 10-2. Good season from Buffalo. Let's see what we get here. We could get AJ. We could try to get Timmy Chang from Hawaii. I don't know if we're going to be able to get him, though. But we can go ahead and send an offer. See if he wants to. I don't think he's going to take that, but we shall see. Defensive coordinators. This guy's level 17. Okay, he has a little bit with both. Looking for something a little bit better. There is not very much. Is someone really good with motivator that we can grab? That'd be really nice. I think they're all literally the exact same. Besides, like, maybe one. Okay, that one's a little bit different. I think they're all the same, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to get Lehman. No, yeah, he's got all three unlocked. Maybe he becomes the defense coordinator for us, even though he's got head coaching jobs elsewhere. So we'll see. We'll also see if we can get a win. Then we'll, of course, go over the stats here for Season 1. See how we did and everything. We had 2,400 XP. We got the win. We're 8-6. Got a lot of people wanting to transfer out to like pro potential and playing style, but we're going to lose a lot of people. But we do win the Cure Bowl over Buffalo. So we'll take it. We also get the CUSA 8 catches, 156 with 3 touchdowns. I'd say that's pretty good. She also wins National Offensive Player of the Week. And we do get... we actually got Timmy Chang. Can we become offensive coordinator next season? We also got both coordinators. All right, so we don't need to worry about that anymore. We can just get simulate to the end once we go over stats and everything. But we had 14 games this season, and Hunter Watson led the team with 29 touchdowns, 6 interceptions with 3,300 passing yards. Rushing-wise, Shane Porter, even though he only played 13 games, he had over 1,000 yards with 12 touchdowns. Watson added 43 and 3. Green had 9 touchdowns as well. Receiving-wise, Phoenix had over 900 yards with 10 touchdowns. Smith-Mack, who had that big week, only had 459 and 7, so that was a big week for him. Defensive-wise, Powell had over 100 tackles. Burgess and Frazier had over 10-plus tackles for loss. Burgess also led the team with 9 sacks. Iman Allen led the team in interceptions. We had no defensive touchdowns. We did have only a couple forced fumbles and recovered most of them. Wait a minute. That's 5, and this is 6. Math ain't mathing there. We didn't have a block kicked nor a safety. Kicking-wise, we missed 1 extra point, and we were perfect on field goals. Punting-wise, we punted 66 times for 2,800 yards with 9 inside the 20 and 10 touchbacks. And no kicker punt returns here in Season 1. So... unfortunately, it is what it is, but let's go ahead and simulate to the end of season recap. See who eventually wins it all here in Season 1 in the Sam Houston simulation. And we shall find that out right now. I passed it. There we go. CFB bracket. And it looks like Ohio State beats Texas Tech 38-24 with Tulane, Oklahoma, Penn State, Baylor. Baylor was the 1 seed. And Clemson won their respective conferences with Kansas State, USC, South Carolina, Georgia, Ohio State, Notre Dame, and Texas Tech as the at-large bid. So Texas Tech, Baylor, and Kansas State are the Big 12 all win it. That's kind of surprising. Never see more than one team outside the Big 12, so kind of surprising there. But now let's get into the offseason here with Sam Houston. Of course, we definitely have our work cut out for us here with a lot of players wanting to leave. And we are going to have... we actually went down to a 1-star school even though we went 8-6. That's wild. We do get to keep one of our right tackles. He was a freshman. We also keep another one, too, our center. That's a big one. Can we keep Dunbar? No, he's gone. What about Mabry? He is also gone. Anyone with, like, good dev trait that I really need to keep around? No, everyone's normal or impact. I guess we could just try one of our best players of Caleb Black. with our last persuasion attempt, and he's going to be gone. So again, we got a lot of people wanting to leave, and we got a lot of work to do with the transfer portal to sign a lot of players. So this will be a little bit of fun, especially as a one-star program. We still got a lot of people wanting to transfer out anyways. So did we get anybody drafted? I don't believe so. We did not. But anyways, I'm going to get the portal done. I'll be back in just a second. So after the portal, we signed 29 players here in season, or I guess in the off season, but in season 1 really. But that does get us the 57th or 52nd ranked class, 28 3-stars and 1 4-star here in this season. So let's go over, see if we get any good development traits here. So far, a lot of normals. We do get star dev, but it's a punter. Gotta love the punter, you know. We do get star dev will linebacker as well. So we'll take. We also get. Is that 2 of them? Yeah, back to back. Will linebackers are transfers. What was our wide receiver? Wide receiver is normal. That's a little unfortunate. But yeah, back to back will linebackers that are transfers. One's a junior, one is a sophomore. A couple other transfers here. We just get a lot of normals and impacts, and that will be it. So a couple star devs from transfers, and of course 1 from being a punter. But all in all, let's see if we need to move anyone. We don't need to move any athletes. We have 2 quarterbacks. 2. We also only have 3 running backs this season. This season will be rough because we don't have very many players. We have a lot of tight ends and some good O-line at least. We have some D-line. We have no Sam linebackers. So Casper's, I think we're going to move him to Sam linebacker. He'll immediately be good over there. And I think we'll also move Gannon over as well, just because we'll have 3 and 3, which is a little better, or 4, I guess 4 and 3. Corners, we have 5. They don't have any speed. Safeties, we have 3. So yeah, we're definitely going to need to over-recruit next year to be at least back within the limit wise. Plus, you know, if we do bad, a lot of people will want to transfer. We got 22,000 XP. My goodness. But yeah, let's head into training results, our favorite thing over here. And we'll see if we get any good boosts. Wilson is our best player at 85 overall. He'll be leaving us after this year. Brian Jackson is at 84. He went up +3. Quarterback of Layden Locke, he went up +4 to a 77. Of course, we already went over Jackson. We got +5 for Bledsoe the third. 78 overall. Other than that, though, I don't really see. We got a +6. +3 to Chapman. He's an 80. +6 there to an edge. +5 to Capers. But other than that, at least we got speed at corner now. We got a couple people with 90 speed, but there's nothing really else to write home about there. So let's advance to next week and see how we do. Or I guess really encourage. I don't think we need to encourage anybody. Yeah, we have 69 players, so we are 16 players under. So we definitely get, even with us signing like 29 players, we are still that much under the limit. It's kind of wild, but you never know. We are a 71 overall team now. We did move up. We were like a 68 last year, but anyways, that's going to end season 1. It's on to season 2 here with Sam Houston. And here we are in season number 2. Let's move this so I can get a little better. And here we are in season number 2 here with Sam Houston. We go 9-3 and 8-0 in the CUSA championship, or in the CUSA. We're making the CUSA championship. First 2 losses were against Troy and Texas Tech. Then won 4 in a row before losing to South Carolina. Then we won out the rest of the year. Louisiana Tech was one of those wins. Tulsa, Kennesaw State, Jacksonville State, Delaware, and UTEP. A lot of teams that were pretty bad. Missouri State was 2-10. Kennesaw State was 4-8. Delaware went 0-12, and UTEP was 2-10 on the season. So kind of had an easier schedule. That's probably why we're sitting at 9-3 but unranked. But let's see if we can win the conference championship. And we do. We were 9-3. But did we lose? I think we lost. So yeah, we go 9-4 on the season. Yeah, so we did lose. Misremembered if we even won. What was the score? We lost 42-34 in the CUSA championship game. That's a little unfortunate. But again, we didn't have the best, at least for players-wise. We are way under the limit. But we have a couple guys that hopefully will come in. We still got a lot of people wanting to transfer, mostly due to playing style and pro potential. Brand exposure, playing time is a big one. But Jaden, we're just going to go Jaden. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. With 4,200 passing yards, 40 touchdowns with 70% completion percentage, win the Heisman Trophy. We also get the Lou Groza, best kicker. Heck yeah. And we'll be playing Arkansas State in the New Orleans Bowl, so we do make a bowl game. We'll advance 1 week just so we can see the stats after that as well. And then we'll get into see who wins it all. We do win. We are 10-4, so a 10-win season is actually pretty solid. We will take a 10-win season here in Season 2, especially with Sam Houston. But let's check the stats of the season and go over them. Landon Locke was our main player with 3,400 passing yards with 36 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. His is playing style, and both quarterbacks want to leave. That's fantastic. Rushing-wise, Brian Jackson had over 1,500 rushing yards with 7 touchdowns. Moore had 6 on the ground as well. At least Brian Jackson's going to stay in. He's an 84, and he's only a junior, so he should be with us for another year. Maher with 905 with 6 touchdowns. Bledsoe with 11, and Bo with 12 as the true freshman, but he wants to leave because he's not near home. Defensive-wise, we had 2 guys with 90-plus tackles. Brown and Broyles had 10 tackles for a loss. Broyles also had 5.5 sacks to lead the team. Drayvon Wilson led the team with 3 picks. We had no defensive touchdowns. We forced a bunch of fumbles and recovered 6 of them. Do we have any blocked kicks? We did have a blocked kick. No safeties, though. Kicking-wise, of course, we already saw that he won the Best Kicker Award, missed 1 extra point on the season, and missed 5 field goals, but his long was 53, so good for him. Punting-wise, he punted 78 times for 3,300 yards, but 8 inside 20 and 12 touchbacks, and no kicker punt returns here in season number 2. So now let's see who wins it all here in season 2. And then we'll go ahead and get into the off-season here. And hopefully we can sign a lot more players. We do move up a half-star prestige. That does help. But looks like USC defeats Georgia in the national championship. With Baylor, North Texas, USC, Alabama, and SMU were the automatic qualifiers, winning their conferences, the top 5 conference winners. Penn State, Nebraska, Texas, Ohio State, Clemson, Oklahoma, and Georgia were the at-large bids. So, good for them. Hopefully that's going to be us one day. But now, let's get into players leaving. And how many players want to leave it's going to be a lot. But hopefully it can go hopefully we can keep them all. Like TJ, we're not going to keep. About Bledsoe, he's going to be gone. Pat Bowe, he's gone too. Locke, so our quarterback, he's gone. Man, we have a ton of players wanting to transfer out. Well, we get 1. We can't even get the guy with medium. But we get the guy with low. So we get to keep 3 players out of the 8 that we tried to keep. But I'm going to go ahead and see. Let's see if we get anybody in the draft. I didn't see that just yet, but I don't think we do. Pro potential goes down. I mean, I think we're still going to be way under the limit, even with us signing like 35 players. We do not get anyone drafted, so I'll be right back once I get the portal done. So for the portal, we signed 32 players here this season. That's actually really solid because we definitely needed that with this recruiting class. We got 38th in the nation in total for this recruiting class, but let's see what our players have. We got a couple normals. We do got a couple impact devs. We're going to be looking at, we have 2 4-stars. One's a star dev, that is a wide receiver, and one of them's a normal dev, which is a halfback. So I guess pretty decent there, but bunch more normals and impacts. And we only have 1 star dev. That's kind of unfortunate, but at least we have some impact devs to help us out here. But let's go through each position. I think we did sign a couple athletes. We did. This guy is a halfback, so he will go there as well. And then the other one, this guy is a linebacker, and he will go to Sam linebackers. I know we are pretty low on linebackers. Quarterbacks, we now have 5. We have Patterson, Burton, Bailey, Odom, and Riley. So we lost both of our quarterbacks last year. Brian Jackson is still an 85. He may... it has to have a big boost if he's going to get drafted. Wide receivers, we still have 5. We have no wide receivers whatsoever. We have a bunch of tight ends, though. Offensive line, actually looking pretty good. Same thing with D-line, Sam linebackers. We have 5 corners, so pretty much wide receiver and corner is a big need for us next season. And, yeah, that's about it. Don't really need to move anybody. So we'll advance the week. See, we got 16,000 XP. That's a lot. I think that moves us up twice, levels us up twice or something. But we do get a dev upgrade for Stanford. He's up to an impact dev. It looks like we got another one too. We get Wilson up to an impact. So that's 2 dev upgrades at least, but that's about it. But taking a look, Jackson up to an 87. We got Von Solderin went up +8 for our tight end. He's an 85, but our quarterback's a 74 with Burton. He'll start over Patterson. Halfback's an 87. We already went over that. We got +7 from Lonnie here. He was now 90 speed. Riles also went up +8. Green went up +13. Dang. Okay. Verrier went up +6. Any offensive +6 for Holyfield at the guard position. +7 for Badara at right guard. +7 for Peters at right tackle. Defensive line, look at the edge rushers. We're all 80 overalls. Right edge, we have an 80 overall as well. Anyone on defense getting +6 for Wilson. But that is about it. Our punter is up to an 85 because he's a star dev. He's the only star dev we got. But with us going 10-4 last season, I don't think we need to encourage any transfers. Nope, we're still 12 players under the limit, so we can just go ahead and advance the week. And we were a 71 overall last year. I think we're probably going to be around there again. We could even go down. No, we just jumped up to a 79 overall. Okay. Well, that's going to end Season 2. It is on to Season 3 here with Sam Houston. And here we are in Season number 3 here with Sam Houston. We go 9-3 on the season, 8-0 in the CUSA. Again, we just dominate the CUSA. However, outside the CUSA, we don't do very good. However, we are number 16th in the nation. I don't know how, but we beat UL Monroe, but then we lost 3 straight to Colorado State, TCU, and Washington. And then we just ran through the CUSA, 44, 31, 45, 66 against Delaware. Missouri State had a good turnaround. They were 2-10 last year, and they went 6-6 on the season. So a little bit better of an overall record that we had to play against, but it is what it is. And let's see if we can have our 9 wins in a row after losing 3 in a row. And we do. We are 10-3, and I think that means we make the college football playoff here in season number 3 with Sam Houston. Chase Davis wins the player of the week. However, we're probably going to get blown out because there is just absolutely no chance that we win this, especially with how this team's only a 79 overall, but yet we're going to be going into the college football playoff because we are ranked number 12. So that means we must be the 5th highest conference winner. We do lose a right guard to Clemson. We're just trying to get him at this point, but really only people want to leave because of playing time. Everyone else kind of wants to stay, so that's cool. We'll gladly take that. Bryce Underwood wins the Heisman Trophy. Pretty much 4,300 yards, 43 touchdowns with a 72% completion percentage. Kind of wish that showed something else, but hey, here we are. And we'll be playing Tennessee in the first round. So, yeah, we're going to be on the road, but we do make it in the first time for us. Yeah, Sam Houston, Tennessee. We got LSU, Ohio State, but Sam Houston, Arizona State, Miami, USC, Texas won their respective conferences, with Tennessee, LSU, Ohio State, Oregon, Wisconsin, Alabama, and Clemson as the at-large bids. So, I mean, let's just go ahead and get this thing over with against Tennessee. They're 12-1. This is going to be We might just simulate throughout the game. I don't even know. I don't even know how we're here. But, hey, we've won 9 in a row. We were 1-3 to start the season. And now we're in the college football playoff in season 3. I don't know how we got here. I'm going to be dead honest. But all in all, we're starting on defense. I think we're going quarter by quarter for now. Tennessee will get stopped, and we get a field goal. We are up 3-0 after quarter number 1. Tennessee, though, turns it over again, and we get another field goal. It's 9-0. It's 12-0 at the half. What is happening? It's 15-0. Tennessee finally scores a touchdown. It's 15-7 going in the fourth quarter. I don't know how we have a lead, and we just forced a punt, and then there it is. There's the turnover. They get a touchdown, and they tie the game. We have blown a 15-0 lead on the road against Tennessee. We kind of had them on the ropes, though. They punt. All we need to do is get into field goal range, and we punt. Are we going to go into overtime against Tennessee? If we do, this game's over. We're going to overtime. We are in overtime in our first ever college football playoff game with Sam Houston. We just scored a touchdown. If we can hold them here on 4th and 3, nope, they score. Second overtime, they get a first down on a penalty, and they have to kick a field goal. So all we now need is a touchdown to win the game, but we also have to kick a field goal. We just stopped them on the 2-point conversion. How in the world did we just win against Tennessee? I don't know what happened. We started 1-3 on the season, and now have won 10 in a row. And now we'll go play Clemson. I'm at a loss for words. I was expecting to lose by 30. I don't know. We just won our first college football playoff game, and now we move on to the second round. What is happening? This is wild. We're a 77 overall team, and we're going to play in the Fiesta Bowl against Clemson. I guess now let's get it going, because we're probably going to get blown out here. There's absolutely no chance that I think we can pull off 2 major upsets back to back. But you never know. You just never know how this game can go, and hopefully we can get a win and move on. But I don't think that's going to happen. But we're going to start on defense, and let's go quarter by quarter again. And we get another stop, but we don't get a field goal this time. Clemson scores a touchdown. And I think we're just going to go into the game now because, we get another stop. We get a field goal, but they get a touchdown. There it is. It's 14-3. Now 21-9. Yeah, I'm happy I kind of simmed the rest of that because once it reached the fourth quarter, it's pretty much over. We lose by 16, 31-15. And Sam Houston's Cinderella run ends there in the second round. So it is a little unfortunate, but at least we did score more touchdowns than what we did against, I guess we scored more against Tennessee technically, but that was due to overtime. But let's check out the stats here on the season and go over it real quick. And Patterson led the team with 3,900 passing yards with 32 touchdowns with 6 interceptions. Pretty decent. Byron Jackson, again, 1,500 rushing yards, 13 touchdowns. Jalen Dupree, 46 and 10. He was an 83 overall running back as well. Receiving-wise, Green had over 1,000 yards with 7 touchdowns. Maher led 775 and 5. Defensive-wise, we had 3 guys with 100-plus tackles. Murphy, Chapman, and Franklin Thomas all had 10-plus tackles for a loss. Franklin Thomas led the team with 6.5 sacks. Lutmer had the team lead with 6 interceptions. We did not have a defensive touchdown. We did force a good amount of fumbles, but I think we recovered more than we forced, so mathing. Blocks, no safeties. Kicking-wise, we did miss 4 from 50 and 1 from 20, but made every extra point and only missed 5 field goals. Punting-wise, we punted for 3,500 yards, 19 inside the 20, and 17 touchbacks, and no kicker punt return touchdowns here in season number 3. So let's go see who wins it all in season number 3, I'm surprised we even made it to the second round. I am very surprised we made it to the quarterfinals. I thought we were definitely going to lose to Tennessee. We move up to a 2-star prestige. Barely anyone wants to transfer out now due to conference prestige, coach stability, or coach prestige. Someone had to leave at this point. But most people just want to leave because of playing time, which is fine and understandable. But looking at the bracket, looks like Miami did beat Clemson 30-24 in the national championship game. So congrats to them. And I guess we'll be moving on into players leaving. And let's see how many players actually want to leave here. We shouldn't have too many since we just made the college football playoff. We only have one. And he's gone. All right. We do get a draft pick. Byron Jackson is going to the 7th round of the draft. We might have more. We'll advance the week. He might get drafted in the 6th round because sometimes it says 7. That's projected. And then he ends up getting drafted in the 6th. I've seen 2s get drafted 1. So I've also seen 4s go up in the 3rd round or so. But hey, we'll take it. Halfbacks go up in pro potential. Whoops, that's transfer portal. No, don't want that. We'll get that in a minute. Let's check out the draft results. And we just get one, and he goes in the 6th round. So good for him. But anyways, I'm going to get the portal done. I'll be back in just a second. So after the portal, we signed 29 players, which will be good for probably, the best in the CUSA. We do sign 1 4-star and 28 3-stars. We did pretty good compared to the rest of the CUSA, which is getting like a bunch of 2 and 1 stars. Besides like Louisiana Tech, FIU, and Western Kentucky, they do pretty well. But let's see if we get any good development traits. The 4-star wide receiver is a normal dev. That's the only 4-star we got. We do get a 3-star wide receiver at Eduardo Handy. But that's about it for star devs. We only get 1. So let's head to position changes. I think we do have a athlete. No, we don't. So we'll just go through. Quarterback is going to be led by Arrington Maiden this season, unless Dorian Patterson jumps him or like Greg Duarte. Jalen Dupree will get his start. We don't have really much speed at halfback. Wide receiver, though, we no longer have 5 because we signed 4. We signed 5 wide receivers this season, so we have 7 in total. Still no speed there whatsoever, but offensive line looks good. We're actually going to move just 79 overall. I mean, we're going to move Lotto over to right guard. He's a 76 over there, so we'll move him because that will upgrade the offensive line a little bit, but not by much. Defensive line, we look good. Linebackers, we're okay for now. We're going to need more. We still need more corners. We also need more safeties. And yeah, so that's about it. We're still going to be way under the limit. Because even though we signed 20 players, I think we had 20 players leaving. We get 8,000 XP though. But let's see how we did in training results. My favorite part of every dynasty. We do get Patterson upgrade to an impact dev. That's cool. The only one we got, unfortunately. Our punter's a 91. He is a 91 overall, and he wants to leave because he's not close to home. That's unfortunate, but quarterback, Arrington Maiden will start. Duarte will be right behind him. They're both 80 overall. Halfbacks, Dupree is up to an 86. We have Chancey up to an 83. Wide receiver went up +8 for Chance Coleman. He is a star dev. I forgot when we got Chance Coleman, but he went up +8, 82 overall, 81 speed. He didn't have much speed there, but Verrier went up +7 to an 83. Offensive line, we do have an 83 left guard. He went up +3, got a +4 to right guards. We up to an 80 overall at right tackle, 86 for Franklin Thomas, 83 for Anderson as well. We got 2 80 overall defensive tackles. Same linebackers, 77. Linebackers are kind of okay. Jet White went up +7 to an 82 overall corner. And yeah, we already went over our punter and our kickers in a low 80 as well. So now let's see if we do need to encourage any transfers. Again, that's custom conferences. Usually it's encouraged transfers at the top. I don't know why sometimes it changes every single time, but I don't know. We are still around 8 players under the limit, so we should be good to still over-recruit. As well, with the transfer portal being the way that it is, obviously over-recruiting would be kind of better as well anyways. However, we are a 79 overall still. We don't move up at all or down, and that's the good thing. But anyways, that's going to end Season 3. It's on to Season 4 here with Sam Houston. And here we are in Season number 4 here with Sam Houston. We go 10-2 on the season. Another very good season here from Sam Houston. We started out 5-0, winning against Houston and Colorado State, UL Monroe, destroying Missouri State, UTEP, but losing by 1 to FIU and by 5 to Auburn, but then winning out against Delaware, Louisiana Tech, Kennesaw State, Jacksonville State, and Liberty. However, we do not make the conference championship game for a reason I don't know, because if we look at it, there's a 3-way tie between us, Western Kentucky, and Missouri State. We already beat Missouri State, and we didn't play Western Kentucky, but Western Kentucky didn't play Missouri State, and yet they will. So I don't know why we're not going, because we should have the tiebreaker over Missouri State either way, but it is what it is. So we'll just have to simulate until next week to see if we make another college football playoff appearance, because we have a chance. We are 12. We were 13th at the end of the year. So there is a possibility that we could sneak in into the top 12 and make again another college football appearance or college football playoff appearance if we can get in. Jalen Thierry, I think I said that name right. I apologize if I mispronounced it, but 4,000 passing yards, 33 touchdowns with a 66% completion percentage for Missouri's quarterback. The first time I've ever seen Missouri win a Heisman. We do not make the college football playoff. We'll be playing at UL Monroe in the Boca Raton Bowl. So unfortunately, it is not a bowl or a college football playoff appearance for us compared to what we did last year. But we should at least win this one, which we do. We go 11-12, and players just want to leave due to playing time and playing style. Not so much because of brand exposure and conference prestige, so that will help. But it's a little unfortunate they will leave, but we do win the Boca Raton Bowl. We also get the CUSA Defensive Player of the Week. Do we get offensive? We do. We also get Offensive Player of the Week, so we'll take it. But taking a look at the stats here for this season, Maiden played 13 games, 3,200 passing yards, 30 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Duarte came in for 2 games, threw 5 passes, 51 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Rushing-wise, we had 2 guys over 1,000 yards, Dupree and Chancey over 1,000 yards, even though Dupree had only played 10 games. Chancey played 13 with 15 touchdowns and 13 respectively. Marco led the team with touchdowns with 14 and 890 yards as the true freshman, and Chance Coleman in his sophomore season 845 with 7. Defensive-wise, Ogletree led the team with tackles. Carson and Franklin Thomas led the team with tackles for loss with 16 and 15. Carson also led with 9.5 sacks. Manny Iglesias had 5 picks on the season. We did not have a defensive touchdown. We did force some fumbles, only recovered 4. We did have a block kick, but no safeties. Kicking-wise, we did miss 3 from 50, and that's about it for field goals missed, but we did make every extra point. Punting-wise, we punted 50 times for 2,300 yards, 8 inside the 20 and 8 touchbacks, and no kick or punt return touchdowns in this season either. So now it's just going to the end-of-season recap, and hopefully that we kept most of our coordinators, which I totally forgot to see because we did have it go down one year. So I do need to see if that actually happened. We'll have to check in a minute. But we can go ahead and check the CFB bracket where Georgia defeats Ohio State 40-37 with Georgia, Clemson, TCU, Oregon, and Western Kentucky winning their respective conferences to move into the college football playoffs. That's why we didn't get in. If we would have won CUSA and got in, we would have played Texas, which Texas, Missouri, Michigan, Ohio State, Duke, SMU, and Tennessee with the at-large bids. And Georgia goes 16-0 on the season to officially win it all. But let's get into players leaving. Then I think we should look over our coaches because I don't know if we have anyone that left us. We did get Timmy Chang's here. We did get a new defense. No, everyone's still here. So I don't know why, but Timmy Chang's focusing architect, which is actually probably good for us. because we've got the boost for wide receivers and tight ends and quarterbacks for skill cap upgrades. So everyone's still here. I don't know why it went down, but anywho. Going to players leaving, again, we have a lot of people wanting to leave. More than last year, we only had one. Carson is going to be gone. He's due to brand exposure. Green's going to be gone. Patterson's gone. Can we keep Fullerton? Nope, he's gone. Jimmy is staying. That's a big one because that's one of our left guards. We also get to keep our tight end. Wilkes, though, is gone, and then Allen will stay. So we get to keep 3 out of the first couple, but we don't get anyone drafted this year compared to last year. But we can always see just in case, because sometimes we get like a random 7th round pick or something if they're like mid-80s or something. It's very rare, but we still get time. But looking at the draft, and we did not get anybody. So anyways, I'm going to get the portal done. I'll be back in just a second. So after the portal, we signed 31 players here this season. And if we go to the CUSA, again, top of the CUSA, we end up getting the 28th best class in the nation with 6 4-stars and 25 3-stars. So a pretty good recruiting class here for Sam Houston. So let's go over development traits. We get a star dev tackle. So what we like to see early on is getting that star dev. Our impact dev halfback, he's 91 speeds. That's actually pretty solid. Anyone else? We got a couple 4-stars. Here's another one as a normal dev. This guy's an impact, another impact, and another impact, another impact. So all the 4-stars that we got were impact dev. So, but only 1 star again. Not, again, too much for star devs, at least. We've been kind of struggling to find one. We have no athletes, but quarterback's an 82 with Greg Duarte. He'll be probably starting, especially with his impact development trait. Everyone else will probably just be there. Running backs look pretty good now, especially with Dave Peppers getting ready to take over in a couple seasons. Wide receivers, I mean, we still have the star dev, Chance Coleman. He's probably our best guy, but he only has 81 speed. We still need speed at wide receiver. Good on tight ends. We're good on offensive line, but we could maybe move someone. 72 on the outside. We could move Span over to left. It would be a 77 over there, and that instantly improves our offensive line. Because now it's 77, 85, 71. Maybe we can move Powell over to center. What's his center? It's a 72. It's better than what we got. Yeah, 72, 81, 81. So our offensive line looks pretty good. We need to move Cole over to left edge. He's just an 80 overall. Really doesn't matter. Same linebackers, we're good there. Corners, we actually have a lot, but again, we need speed. Free safeties, we're good. Strong safeties, we're good. Kicker, we're good. And punter, we're good. Our punter's a 90 overall. That's insane. But let's advance the week, go over trending results, because that is my favorite part of every dynasty that I'm in. We get 10,000 XP. Looking to get some major upgrades here again. But we do get a dev upgrade for Domney. He's up to an impact dev. We also get another one. We got 2 of them. Nice. We get, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last name. We're going to call him Via with impact dev. We only get 2. I thought we had another one, but we only get 2, which is fine. But yeah, our punter's still in 92. Chansey's up to now at 89. Coleman's also up to an 89. So we actually have some very good players on this roster. Quarterback Duarte doesn't improve anything. Cole will be behind him as an 82. Iglesias up to an 80. Halfback 83 and 84 behind him. +9 for Marco. And again, he raised his development trade to an impact. So we went up +9 with 88 speed. Tight ends an 84. Offensive line. We did get our left guard up to an 87. We have an 80 overall behind him, waiting in the wings. 74, 85. We got a couple +5s. Anyone get a big boost? We got a +3 to Matthew Johnson. +7 to Ashley Davis and +4 to Mims. They're both 80 overall, our Mac linebacker. Anyone else? White got +4, +6, +1, and then +0. So we could get a punter drafted. It's very possible because he is a 90 overall. I think there's one of our best punters. We're also up to a 2.5-star school. So this will definitely help out in recruiting. Do we need to encourage any transfers, though? We do. We need to cut 2 players. I think we're going to cut Riley because we have Iglesias above him. So we're going to cut Riley. And I think one of them is probably going to be one of our tight ends, maybe. Maybe like James here. And then we have a couple people behind him. So I think we're good there. So we only had to cut 2 players. And now we advance the week. And we'll see where we're looking at here for a team-wise. We're like a 79 overall last year. We're up to an 81. So we only improved by 2. We got a couple 90s now on this team, but they will be leaving us after this year. But that's going to end season 4. It's on to season 5 here with Sam Houston. And here we are in season number 5 here with Sam Houston. We go 10-2. Another also undefeated season within the CUSA, which actually done pretty well inside the CUSA as well. One of our losses came against 11-1 Troy, and they went, 11-1, and they are ranked. Other loss came against App State, and those are the only 2 losses. Everything else was a win. Georgia Southern, UNLV, UTEP, FIU, of course, then the CUSA. We're playing Middle Tennessee, who we did beat 43-26 the last time we played them during the season. So if we can get a win here, we'd be 11-2, and again, it's another chance within to the top 12. Since we are so close. We also signed a 4-star defensive tackle. That is absolutely huge for us. And we get the win. We are ranked 12th. There is a possibility. Remember, 2 seasons ago, we were number 12, and we did win a game. However, then we faced a lot tougher opponent. This guy wins. He had to get catches. There's no way that guy did not get any catches. But it just doesn't show it. So we do get the win. We are 11-2. We're going to advance 1 more week. See who we get. We also just lost a guard to Clemson. That's a little unfortunate, but as an 81 overall, again, really only conference prestige is why people want to leave. Play style for 1, but hopefully will be a little bit better for him. But Newton wins the Heisman Trophy for Ole Miss with 3,700 yards, 40 touchdowns with a 68% completion percentage, and we'll be playing Ole Miss. So we're facing the Heisman Trophy winner in the first round. We'll, of course, check out the bracket just because we can right now. Sam Houston, Texas Tech, Miami, Ohio State, and Georgia were the automatic qualifiers with the top 5 bids for the top 5 conferences, with Ole Miss, LSU, Penn State, Alabama, SMU, Auburn, and Notre Dame with the at-large bids. So we get another, this time we get an SC. This would be another SEC team. They have to play in the College Football Playoff, and they're only a little bit better than us as an 84. So we'll have to see how we do against them. And again, I don't think we're going to be having a chance here. You just never know. We did beat Tennessee last season randomly. I didn't expect that to happen, but it's another College Football Playoff here for Sam Houston, our second one in 5 seasons. We're going to start on defense. And the defense allows a quick touchdown, but the offense gets a field goal. So we're only down 7-3 after 1. Heading in the second quarter, the offense allows another touchdown. We would get a stop and then another field goal, but they would get another touch and 2 touchdowns. Yeah, we're just going to assume that to the end of the game. We don't even need to watch this. It's 28-6, now 28-12. And fourth quarter, yeah, we need that touchdown there and the 2-point conversion to even have a chance. And we're going to lose 28-12. All the scoring for Ole Miss in the first half. I mean, if we only stop them to maybe 1 or 2 touchdowns, we might have had a shot. But unfortunately, it is what it is, and we are out in the first round here in season number 5. But we're making progress. I guess not really, but we can check out the stats, of course, on the season. Duarte, 3,400 passing yards with 41 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. A pretty good season. Rushing-wise, Chancey had over 1,000 yards rusher, 1,500 yards rushing with 6 touchdowns. David also had 6 touchdowns as well on 400 yards. Marquez was injured, only played 12 games, but had 814 yards with 11 touchdowns. Jeffrey, the senior tight end, with 10 touchdowns as well. That's the most I've ever seen from a tight end, I think. 119 tackles from Ashley Davis. We had 6.5 sacks from Matthew Johnson. We had 21 tackles for a loss from Matthew Johnson as well. White and Rico led the team with interceptions. One was a true freshman as well. We had no defensive touchdowns. We forced only 3 fumbles, but recovered 4. Math. We did have a safety this season. Kicking-wise, we did miss 1 from 50, and that's the only field goal that we missed, and we made every other extra point. Punting-wise, punted 49 times for 2,100 yards, 4 inside the 20, and 11 touchbacks, which is wild that he's an accurate kicker, but he had 11 touchbacks. And no kicker punt return touchdowns in this season either. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to simulate an in-season recap, see who eventually wins it all here in Season 5. And then, of course, we'll get into the players leaving and then the offseason. And hopefully we can continue to improve this team as much as possible. But first, taking a look, and it looks like Georgia wins back-to-back with 37-34 win. This time they do not go undefeated. They defeat SMU 37-34 in the national championship game. But we can, of course, advance one more week and get players leaving out of the way. Again, still got a lot of people wanting to leave. Not too many. Quinton will leave. He's an 86 overall as well. That one sucks. Marco's going to leave as well. Ashley Davis, too. Iglesias will leave as well. Lawrence Parker will stay. Redfield will leave. And then Eric will also leave. So we're going to keep one player out of the 8 that are going to leave us in total. And we do have a 7th round draft pick of our running back, but I'm really surprising that our punter does not go, even though he's at 92. But we'll, of course, advance the week one more time, see if we actually do get any of them inside of the draft. Because one was guaranteed, but I don't know about anybody else. So we'll have to see here. And the answer to that is we had 3 players get drafted, and it's not the punter. Chancey goes in the 5th, Matthew Johnson goes in the 6th, and Jet White goes in the 7th. So pretty decent for us wise. But anyways, I'm going to get the portal done. I'll be back in just a second. So after the portal, we signed 23 players, which probably again is probably the top. Yep, we also signed a top 15 class with 13 4-stars and 10 3-stars signing to Sam Houston. So again, pretty solid. But let's go ahead and check development traits, see if we get anybody good. We do get a star dev halfback. That's what we need right there. An elite dev edge. I think this is our first elite dev of at least Sam Houston wise. We do get another star dev with a right guard. And we get an elite dev corner. He was a transfer freshman. We also get star dev. That's a transfer junior, so he'll be with us only for a year. But this was the class that we needed to get, because we got a lot of good development traits now, and this team will look very, very solid. We have no athletes to move. We, again, only have 2 quarterbacks, so, again, we have to rely on Duarte staying healthy. Halfbacks, we're looking pretty good now. Dave Peppers does have 90 speed. We also have Johansson and Hyde behind them, both freshmen coming in, and one has star dev. We can only have 5 wide receivers, so we really need to focus wide receivers, but tight ends we're pretty freaking solid on now, because we have Randy Oden, who's a 90 overall, and Nick Wayne, who's an 86, and he's only a sophomore. Offensive line, though, we kind of neglected the left side of the line, so we can move some people over, like Lawrence Parker can move to left. That will have 3 over there now. No, it's only 2. Need to move 1 more over. We can move Gideon over, because that'll be 3. And then we'll move a right tackle over to left, which will move Costello just because, I don't know. We'll move him over. We do need to move a right edge over, and I think that's going to be McGovern. He'll move over to left edge. Defensive tackle, we're fine. Same line, but we have no linebackers. Eesh. I don't know what I was doing and when I messed up on not going after any linebackers, but corners, though, we're now solid. We actually have a full roster, pretty much, of corners, with Earl here with the elite dev and Matthew with the star dev. But again, he's a senior now. We also have 4 seniors leaving us after the season, but we don't need to move anybody. Let's advance the week. We're going to be well under the limit because we missed out on getting any linebackers, so that's what we're going to have to focus on. We do get a dev upgrade for Iglesias. He's up to an impact. And that's the only one we get. Only one this season. But we have 4 90 pluses. Granted, they're all seniors. But, hey, 4 80 pluses or 90 pluses. And Greg Duarte is now an 84. Kind of really started to slow down once he got to a junior. But halfback is David. He's up to an 89. We have Peppers as an 80. A wide receiver plus 12 for Eduardo Handy. Again, he's the star dev. Plus 12 is solid. Coleman only went up plus 1. He's a 90 overall. And another 12 of Rodney. Odin went up plus 4 to be a 94. We also have John here plus 7 to be an 82. Left tackle up to an 87 or plus 7 to an 81. We have plus 7 from Jimmy up to an 85. Center didn't get much, but we have a right guard up to an 88. Our right tackle's a 90. The offensive line is looking pretty solid. Linebackers, though, looking a little rough. What about corners? This is going to be a good one. Ficken has 98 speed, 95 acceleration. Please stay with me. Yeah, he's playing time. You're going to play the whole time over here, dog. Kitchen up to a 77. Dustin's up to a 74. Our kicker is an 85. So this team looking pretty solid. We'll have to see what the game thinks this team overall is. I don't think we need to encourage any transfers. Nope, we're 3 under. And again, I think we're going to spend that all on halfbacks. Because we don't need any more tight ends. That's for sure. We will probably need a corner or 2. Because we're losing 4 of them. But it is what it is. We are an 85 with an 86 offense, 84 defense. I still think we're a couple years away, but that's going to end season 5. It's on to season 6 here with Sam Houston. And here we are in season number 6 here with Sam Houston. Well, we go 10-2, having to play 11-1 Western Kentucky in the CUSA Championship. So a good season from Western Kentucky. We lost 2 games. We lost to South Carolina to start the year, and then the FIU, who ended up going 7-5. But we did not play Western Kentucky this year. We had a pretty decent season all the way around. Still end up being ranked, and if we can win this one, I mean, going 11-2, I don't think we'll make the college football playoffs since we're ranked so low. But you never know. Sometimes, I mean, we have done it before. We do win. We are 11-2, but we are ranked 20th, so we do not make the college football playoff. We do win the CUSA again for another year in a row. Earl here gets CUSA Defensive Player of the Game. When I was simming, he won a lot of them, so we'll see how much he had, actually. But, yeah, Durr had 9 catches, 150 yards, and 2 touchdowns. A pretty decent day from him. And we also have a UL quarterback winning the Heisman Trophy of Jervy with 4,080 yards, 33 touchdowns with a 67% completion percentage. It's pretty much almost 4,100 yards. We'll be playing App State in the New Orleans Bowl. So another bowl game for us, which is nice. Hopefully we can win this one and be 12-2 on the season. That should improve our stuff. We do win. We are 12-2, but still a lot of people want to leave. Coach Prestige should improve after this week, since we did go 12-2. So that is that. But now we can check out the stats here of the season. Duarte had over 4,200 passing yards with 42 touchdowns. Only 2 interceptions. That's a pretty good season. Rushing-wise, Peppers only had 761 with 11 touchdowns. David had 509 with 3. Peppers also got hurt. And probably also David did too. He only had 5 games when he only had 100 yards. Heflin had 446 and 5 touchdowns. Receiving-wise, we had 2 guys over 1,000 with Durr and Handy with 16 and 10 touchdowns respectively. Defensive-wise, Dustin led the team with 88 tackles. Bragg led the team with 9 tackles for a loss and only 4 sacks. But yeah, Earl Ficken had 6 interceptions on the season. He also had a defensive touchdown. I think that's one of our first ones in a while. We forced a ton of fumbles and recovered most of them as well. We had a blocked kick, but no safety, no trifecta for this one. But we did miss 1 field goal from 40 and 1 from 20, but made every extra point on the season, so that's pretty good. Our punter, our true freshman punter, punted 68 times for 3,000 yards with 11 inside the 20 and 8 touchbacks. kick return, no punt return touchdowns here this season. So we are still looking for our first ones of those. Excuse me. But hopefully we can get that one next season. But simulating to the end of season recap, where of course conference prestige goes down, coach stability goes down, but coach prestige goes up. So no one wants to leave because of coach prestige, mostly just because of conference prestige. And I mean, we can't change our conference. So we do end up being ranked 15th in the nation. Still a 2.5-star school, which kind of is weird. Don't know why we didn't move up. Looks like Georgia wins again, 31-20 over Alabama, with UL making the college football playoff, with Colorado, Clemson, Alabama, and Ohio State winning their respective conferences. UCLA, Texas, Penn State, Nebraska, Auburn, Duke, and Georgia as the at-large bids. So another season in the books. So let's get ahead into the off season, where we have to go over players leaving, and we're gonna have a lot, I think, just due to conference prestige. And yeah, looks like a couple of them. Hopefully we can keep David. He's an 89 overall. He's gonna be gone. Lawrence Parker is gone as well. Allen's gone, so we're losing some of our offensive line. Steve is gonna stay. That's one of our Mike linebackers. We're gonna lose an edge rusher. We lose another halfback. We lose a corner, and we're gonna we get to keep a corner. So I guess that's good. We do get 4 players drafted. Odin is a second-round pick. He was 94 overall. Corner 93. He's in the 3rd round. We have a wide receiver in the 6th, and our right tackle's in the 4th. So pretty decent for going to be pro potential on the offense and some on defense as well. Mostly offensive line and then wide receivers, tight ends, which will help, especially, and DBs. That will definitely help out for that. But let's see where they actually did get drafted here. And we have 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 6th. So we have 4 players drafted this season, which is, again, pretty solid. But I'm going to go ahead and get the portal done. I'll be back in just a second. So after the portal, we signed 28 players here in this class, which, again, we'll lead the CUSA. We also signed 1 5-star, 7 4-stars, and 23 stars. So pretty good class. We end up, again, top 25, which will, again, be very, very nice. Let's go over the development traits to see if we get anybody good. The 5-star wide receiver is a star dev. That's what we like to see. And we get an elite dev guard. Another elite dev coming in. But other than that, we get another one. We get Daryl Vickerson, the transfer, wide receiver speedster, elite dev. He was the number 1 and we get another one, a tight end who was a junior transfer, granted, but he does have elite dev. That's 3 elite devs in 1 recruiting class. We'll take it. Obviously, 2 of them were transfers, but they'll be here at least for a year. Vickerson will be here for at least maybe 2, hopefully, if we can keep him around with him, especially elite dev as a junior. We got him for at least 1 more season. We have no athletes to move, but we do have a bunch of quarterbacks now. Anthony Pope will probably lead us with him being 75 and a freshman redshirt. Everyone else is just normal dev besides Emmanuel Jolly. He is an impact dev. Halfbacks is Sydney. I think, is he? We have the same guy, but as a corner. Yeah, I believe they're brothers. We're going to name them either brothers or cousins. So that's kind of funny. But we have 2 really good running backs with Dave Peppers and Sydney here as well. Wide receivers, again, Vickerson's going to lead us. Handy is, of course, a star dev. So we have a very good developments in our wide receivers. We also have Brett Grubber as a star dev, so he'll be good to go. Our tight ends are really solid, especially with 1 impact and 1 elite dev. Bloom might take over for Wayne this year. Wayne might just be another good second. We have so many tight ends for no reason. Offensive line, though, we do need to move a couple people around. We're going to move Alfonso Angel to left guard. I don't know why I keep getting right side of the line, but I do. We need to move 1 more. I think we're going to move Clyde Mills over to left guard, and then we're also going to move one of our tackles to left. Oh, well, we don't have much tackles. So we're actually going to move Witherspoon over to left tackle. He's not as good over there, but they'll even out the offensive line. Edge rushers, we don't have too many, so we need to focus that. Again, linebackers are still kind of low. Corners are actually pretty solid now. Same thing with free safety, strong safety. We have a kicker and punter, so we are good there. So let's advance the week going into training results, which is my favorite part. As I always say, we also level up to level 40. Again, still some people want to transfer out, but it's fine. We get a dev upgrade for Durr. He's up to an impact dev. That's another year that we have an upgrade. We get 2 upgrades actually this year. Dunbar is up to an impact dev, so that's nice. But that's it. The only 2. But taking a look around, wow. Both of our tight ends, or 2 of our tight ends, get plus 10 this season. Also, Earl has 99 speed. Playing time. Thank goodness it's still playing time. But this team might go very far. Anthony Pope is an 80 overall as a freshman redshirt. We'll take that. Sydney is an 87 in his final year. Pepper's an 85. Hyde's an 84 as a freshman redshirt. Heflin's an 81. Wide receiver, again, Vickerson's 96 with 97 speed. Handy's up to an 87. Moffitt's up to an 85. Durr's up to an 84 in his final season. Tight ends, we have 3 90-pluses. Wayne's a 96, Denton Bloom's a 93, and John is a 91. That's insane. Those are some good boosts. Tanner's an 85. Offensive line looks pretty solid besides our center. Right edge looks very good. Anyone else get like a big upgrade? We got 3 plus 4s on the corner side. Oh yeah, other than that, a couple big 10s from our tight ends. We don't really get much, but hey, we will gladly take it. That's going to be more players drafted after this season. I'm just saying. But do we need to encourage any transfers? We need to encourage 1. So who do we have a lot of that we can get rid of? Maybe wide receiver. I mean, this guy's not going to play. So, bye. Anyways, let's advance the week. See what overall this team was. We were an 85 last year. Maybe we're going to be like an 89 with how many good players we have. We're an 87 with an 89 offense, 86 defense. So, nice. But anyways, that's going to end season 6. It's on to season 7 here with Sam Houston. And here we are in season number 7 here with Sam Houston. We go 10-2. Once again, and of course we go 8-0 inside the CUSA. We are ranked 19th. We are going to be playing Middle Tennessee here in the CUSA championship game. Obviously, we lost our first 2 games of the season to Tulsa and Oregon State by a total of 4 combined points. But then we went on a nice little run. Cal went 4-8 on the season. That was our other outside of conference play, but we kind of ran through the CUSA. We actually had a tough schedule this year. Obviously Jacksonville State's 1-11. FCS technically doesn't count, but Tulsa went 9-3. Louisiana Tech went 7-5. FIU went 9-3 as well. Same with Middle Tennessee State and Middle Tennessee, and Liberty went 8-4. So, yeah, it was a tough one for us. But maybe if we can win this one, there is a small possibility. But again, I don't think we're gonna make it. But we should have a lot of people drafted in the off season. We do also sign a 4-star free safety. We are 10-3. We are 21 in the nation, so we do lose in the CUSA championship. Gordon Kaufman wins Player of the Week. So unfortunately, after winning 10 in a row, we do lose. We have another this time it's a USF quarterback, another G5 school winning the Heisman, with DeMarco getting 3,600 passing yards, 38 touchdowns for the 65% completion percentage. And we'll be playing App State in the New Orleans Bowl. So back-to-back New Orleans Bowls for us. But again, we have a freshman quarterback. We got a lot of work to do for this offseason to make this team a little better. And hopefully we can do it. We do win. We are 11-3. We got a couple people wanting to leave due to playing style, coach prestige, playing time, and conference prestige, which is a little unfortunate. But we do win the New Orleans Bowl, so that is very, very nice. Now let's check out the stats of this season here in the 7th season. Anthony Pope, 3,200 or pretty much 3,300 yards, 3 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Rushing wise, Sydney in his senior season, his only year here, had over 1,200 rushing yards with 13 touchdowns. Ricky had 249 and 4. Receiving wise, Vickerson only had 659 with 9 touchdowns. Handy had 642 with 5. Durr 620 and 6. Moffitt 604 with 6. We had a lot of guys get a lot of catches. I think Vickerson got hurt because he only played 10 games. Defensive wise, Johnson led the team with 74 tackles. Isaac Renaud had 20 tackles for a loss. That's insane. And 9.5 sacks. Earl Ficken had the most picks with 3 again. He had 6 last year, so unfortunately didn't have that. Dom Lewis had a defensive touchdown. Had to be a fumble recovery for a touchdown because we recovered a ton of fumbles. We did have a block kick, but no safeties. Kicking-wise, we did miss 3 from 50, 1 from 40. Missed 1 extra point. So we missed a total of 5 kicks. Punting-wise, punted 65 times for 2,800 yards, 12 inside the 20, 11 touchbacks. And we did have a punt return touchdown this season. Yay! We actually had a punt return touchdown for the first time in a while. So, anyways, let's go ahead and simulate to the in-season recap. And see who ends up winning it all here in Season 7. Is going to be, again, with Georgia. I really hope not, because we now are a 3-star prestige, which is nice. I did see that. And it looks like Georgia wins again. 34-27 over Clemson with Colorado. Miami of Ohio. So if we would have won, we would have made it and played Miami. Clemson, USC, and Oklahoma winning their respective conferences. Miami, Georgia, SMU, UCLA, Baylor, Duke, and Ole Miss were the at-large bids. So congrats to them, but let's head into players leaving. Hopefully we get to keep some of the guys that we just got in the transfer portal last season to stay here because we got a lot of people wanting to leave. And we are going to have 2 guys go in the first round. It is Vickerson and Wayne are going to leave. Peppers is going to leave as well. I guess both Peppers are going to leave. I didn't know we had 2 Peppers. Rudolph is going to stay. That's a big one. Wagner is going to leave. Gruber is going to leave. Man, that was a star dev, 2 freshmen. He's going to leave. Bruce is going to leave. And Vine's going to leave. We only get to keep 1 player. We're going to have a lot of work to do to fill out this roster again. But let's see who gets drafted. I know we have at least 2 because it was the tight end and a wide receiver in the first round. This will definitely help pro potential for the wideouts and the tight ends. We also level up too, which is kind of nice. But draft results, and we had 4 players get drafted, and they're all wide receivers, tight ends. 2 in the first, 1 in the second, and 1 in the 5th. So that will be pretty nice for pro potential for that stuff. So anyways, I'm going to get the portal done. I'll be back in just a second. So after the portal, we signed 26 players here in this offseason, which will probably be, the top of the CUSA. And again, 10 4-stars, 16 3-stars, and number 18th in the nation here in this one. So let's go through development traits, see if we got any good ones. A lot of impacts early on. We get an elite dev defensive tackle. That's big. Definitely need that. We also get a star dev right tackle. A couple more impacts. We get an elite dev wide receiver. He was a junior transfer, so he'll only be with us for this year, but he kind of takes over for Vickerson. We also get a star dev tight end. Again, we lost 3 of them, so we definitely needed some as well. We get a bunch of normals, though, but a couple decent, at least, development traits here. Positional changes. Do we need to move anybody? We do need to move 2. Okafor is 1. He's a playmaker, so that means he's a running back. He'll go at running back as well. And then this guy's a pure possession. I think he can play wide receiver. He's a tight end. Oh, he's a tight end. Okay, that's fine. Could play defense. I guess he's a better defender, but that also has more skill caps. But Pope will be leading us probably unless Saylor takes over for him. Hyde and Johansson will be our running backs. We have 5 wide receivers, and 4 of them are seniors. Ew, we got a lot of work to do on the receiver front. But we have a lot of tight ends. We got 2 of them that are 80 overalls as well. Offensive line, we're actually looking okay. Defensive line, we're looking okay. He's a junior. That's fine. He can stay there. Linebackers were okay. Corners were looking good. Earl has 99 speed with 97 acceleration. We love to see that. We still have our kicker and punter, so we are good there. So let's advance the week to training results and see what we can do to improve this team, or how we improve overall. We were at 87 overall last year. Obviously, I think that's going to go down. We do get a dev upgrade for Lewis. He's up to an impact dev. We love to see that. We only get the one, though. But we have a lot more 90 overalls again. 2 of them are juniors as well. So hopefully we get to keep them around for another season, although they could go to the draft. Hyde should be here for another season. He's only a 91. Quarterback is still an 80 with Anthony Pope. Running back with Hyde is in 91. We have Johansson and Bland both at 86. Wide receivers, 93 and 92, leading the team. Tight ends at 92, along with an 86 behind him. Offensive line is looking good. They have some good upgrades. Anyone with like a huge upgrade that I missed? Got +9 for Adrian here. He's up to a 76. +4. +1s. I don't really think we had a big one other than like maybe a +6 and +7s. Yeah, so we'll take it just kind of even all the way around. But let's see if we need to encourage any transfers. I don't believe so. I think we're way under the limit at this point. We're only 2 under. I thought we were way under because we lost so many players. But let's see what this team overall is wise per EA here. Again, we were an 87 overall last season. We lost 2 games. This year, we are an 89. So we improved a little bit. Conference prestige is still a lot of people want to leave. And coach prestige now, even though we are a B+, 2 players want to leave. But anyways, that's going to end Season 7. It's on to Season 8 here with Sam Houston. And here we are in Season number 8 here with Sam Houston. We go 11-1, 8-0 in the CUSA. Same as Middle Tennessee, which we'll have to play them in the CUSA championship game. However, we did not play them. Our only loss came against 10-2 Ohio State. We beat everybody else here. So if we can win this one here against Middle Tennessee, we would, make the college football playoff. We'll have to see what we can do with this one. Hopefully, we can get a win. Because if we do, I think we'll probably be the 12, at least the 12 going into it. But we'll always have to see. We are ranked 12th. And again, we were ranked 12th one year and we didn't get in. But we did win the CUSA championship game. That means we should have a shot at making the college football playoff here. And hopefully we can, because we are an 87 overall, 89 offense, 86 defense. Quarterback out of Missouri wins the Heisman Trophy, 4,500 yards, 38 touchdowns with a 73% completion percentage. And we'll be playing Ohio State in the college football playoff. So playing the team that beat us early on this season. We'll check the bracket, of course, as well. Sam Houston, Colorado, SMU, UCLA, Ole Miss were the automatic qualifiers, with Ohio State, Kansas State, USC, Miami, Michigan, Missouri, and Texas were the at-large bids. So no Georgia. So Georgia's runs finally ends, but hopefully it can be our turn here against Ohio State, which they are a 97 overall team. So hopefully we can pull off an upset here, and that'd be kind of nice. Beat the team that is the only team to beat us so far this season here in Season 8. Because if we can, I think we can move on. We're going to be playing on the road again against them. We played them on the road earlier. But we are 12-1. Let's go quarter by quarter. Ohio State has to punt. We drive down but have to punt as well. Then we force, or they miss a field goal. We get one of our own, so it's 3-0 after one. Ohio State will get a field goal. We get a touchdown, so it's 10-3, now 10-6. And it'll be 17-6 at the half with a huge touchdown before the half from us. And it's still that same score. Now it's 20-6. We've extended the lead, and we have the football to start the fourth quarter. We are in field goal range, but I would rather a touchdown, but unfortunately we do have to take the field goal. And on 3rd and 10, they get a first down, and then we get an interception. and we get a first down as well. We can run out some more clock. It's a huge lead here for Sam Houston, and they will get a touchdown on 4th and 5. They go for the onside kick. They don't get it. They use all their timeouts, but Sam Houston has walked into Ohio State to win 23-13 over Ohio State, and we're going to be going on to play Texas in the second round. The first time that we've gone to the second round in quite a while. Remember, we did that in like season 3 with a wild win in that game as well. But we've won our second college football playoff game. Or I guess maybe it's only our second. I thought we had another chance, but we did not. Still got a couple people wanting to transfer out, but you never know what can happen because we're going to be playing Texas here in the second round. So hopefully that, again, we can pull off another upset because they are a 96 overall squad. So let's get started against Texas. We need a win here. We move on to the semis if we can get it. It's going to rely on our defense, I think, here in this one. We got to get stops early on, and the offense has to take advantage of it and score every time we touch the football. If we don't, we're not standing a chance. And it is what it is. But we're going to start on offense first here in this one. The offense immediately turns it over, but then we get a touchdown as soon as they get one. So it's 7-7 after one. In the second quarter, we get a field goal. We get a stop and a touchdown. It's 17-7 at the half. So a huge lead here for Sam Houston. The defense gets off the field, and then we don't, but then it's 17-14 here in the fourth. And then we get a turnover. A huge turnover because now we can try to extend the lead, but then we go and punt. 17-14 lead. 3rd down and 7. It's 4th and 7. We get off the field again. Can the offense at least get into field goal range? The answer is no. And Texas, all they need is a field goal, but they go 4 and out. And we get a first down. And Sam Houston has beat Texas 17-14. The defense comes up clutch. We don't score at all in the second half, but it doesn't even matter. A win is a win. And we move on to the semifinals here with Sam Houston. A giant win for us here in that one. Whoops, I accidentally did coach skills. Don't want to do that one. I meant to advance the week. We'll see who we get to face in the semifinals here in this one. And the answer to that question, obviously we're going to get the Player of the Week awards here because I think we're the only CUSA. We also get National Offensive Player of the Week. I'll just get Ross Hyde with the CUSA Offensive Player of the Game. And we'll be playing USC in the Rose Bowl. So this one will be a tough one. We'll actually look at the bracket. They defeated Ole Miss. So Ole Miss was 1. The winner of this game would go play Miami or Michigan. A lot of the higher seeds have moved on compared to the people with byes. So all we need to do is, again, beat USC. So let's get started here against USC. A win here would get us into the national championship game. We're going to rely on our defense, get some stops here. We can get some stops. We can possibly have chances to score, and that would be nice. But it's going to rely on them. And we're going to start on defense first. The defense gets a stop. The offense punts, and another stop by our defense. We score first. It's 7-0 here in the first quarter. And we'll make it 10-7 after they score a one-play touchdown. And before the half, they'll stay that same score, 10-7. Second quarter, we score a touchdown to start the second half. They will get a field goal. So it's a 7-point lead going in the fourth quarter. They get a first down on 3rd down and short. And they don't get a first there. A field goal would be huge. A touchdown would pretty much put this game on ice, but then we missed the field goal. But the defense gets off the field again. However, we have to punt and give them short field. They do need a touchdown, but with 58 seconds to go, they have no timeouts. 5 seconds. I don't think they got it. They didn't. And Sam Houston will give up only 10 points and beat USC 17-10. And now Sam Houston will be going to the national championship game here in season number 8. We're just one win away from having another team down. This would be a big, big win for us. It depends who we're going to be playing against. Obviously, we're going to get the players of the week because we're the only CUSA playing at this point. We'll be playing Michigan in the national championship game. They had a very good season. They beat Miami 34-28 here in this one. So it all depends on if we can win this final game here against another tough opponent. Let's get started here against 94 overall Michigan. Let's get this win. Let's have another team down. It's going to rely on our defense again. We can do just like we did the last couple games. Only allow like 10 or 17 points. Have a very good shot at winning this thing. But it all relies on that. So let's begin on offense first. And the offense gets a field goal. We get a stop and a touchdown. It's 10-0 here after quarter number 1. The second quarter begins with a Michigan touchdown. And now another touchdown for Michigan. But we get one of our own. It's 17-14 going into the second half. Defense gets a stop. We get a big one-play touchdown. It's 24-14 heading in the fourth quarter. And a big 28-yard catch. And another big catch. We have goal to go. It's 31-14 here against Michigan. They on a 4-play drive for a touchdown. That scares me. Because now there's only 3 minutes to go. And it's a 10-point game. It's under 2 now. Fourth and 2, they get a first down. They get the touchdown. It's a 3-point game. They go for the onside kick. They don't get it. There's all their timeouts with 15 seconds to go. That's going to do it. And Sam Houston will win the national championship here in season number 8. Here over Michigan. This was a tough run for Sam Houston. They give up 28 points, but the offense finally decided to show up and give us 31 points. Michigan only scores 28. And it's a big, big win here for Sam Houston. It's going to be another team down. We'll, of course, go over the stats here in just a minute. But an unbelievable run here for Sam Houston. And we'll get the win. And, yeah, it's a tough one. But it's another win. But let's go over the stats right here, right now, of this season. Of course, we're going to get the little pop-ups like, hey, you won a national championship. But, the stats on the season. Cleveland actually played 17 games with 38 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Pope played 1 game for 210 and 4 touchdowns, 0 picks. Rushing-wise, Joe Hansen had 964 yards with 5 touchdowns. Hyde, 756 with 7. Bland, 65 carries, 315 yards with 5 touchdowns. Receiving-wise, Handy had over 1,200 receiving yards with 15 touchdowns. Dunbar had 10 touchdowns. Carry-on had 909 with 6 on the season. Defensive-wise, Trejo had 93 tackles. Renaud and Lewis both had 20 tackles for a loss. Renaud had 23 tackles for a loss. He also had 11.5 sacks to lead the team. Earl had 7 picks to lead the team. Trejo had 4. A lot of interceptions this year. Shoulder had 1 defensive touchdown. We did force 4 fumbles. Recovered most of them. We did have a safety, but we did not have a block kick. So no trifecta here in this episode. But our kicker did miss 6 from 50, 1 from 40, 1 from 30. We missed a ton of field goals. He missed 8 in total, but made every extra point. Punting-wise, 75 for 3,200 yards, 17 inside 20 and 13 touchbacks. We did have 2 punt return touchdowns this season. Let's go. But that's going to do it for the video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, hit the like button down below. It is free. Really helps out the channel. Also, if you guys do want to see a team that we have not done before, write a comment down below, and we'll get to that team in the next couple of episodes. Here in this one, it is first come, first serve. So if there's multiple. Obviously, I'll do the first one, and then we'll do them later on. But anyways, hope you guys have a great rest of your day, week, weekend, whenever you guys watching this, and I'm out. Peace.